Welcome to another mini video from 2dgameartguru.com. Today I'm working in Inkscape to show you how to get the most out of the bitmap trace. Ideally, the source image is high resolution and has strong contrast. Import the image, bring up the bitmap trace, set to single scan and the detection mode to brightness cutoff, and it does the magic. The result is a fully scalable vector version of the imported PNG image. Seeing I made this PNG for this video, of course it would work flawlessly. Quite often the source file is not ideal. Let's shrink the drawing down to 50%, create a bitmap copy of it and trace that one. I lower the value for the smooth corner to show you what happens when the corner detection is too low. Let's set it to 1/4 of the initial trace. There are a lot more straight lines. Let's double it, trace again. The result is still mediocre. The eyes and the irises are not round enough. Setting it back to the initial value and applying the bitmap trace to the image half the size. The result is fine. Let's look at the node count of those two traces. The smaller image delivered a node count of 750. The first one has 900. There is a noticeable reduction. Let's shrink the source file even further. Instead of the initial 1600 by 1600, I now go with a 340 by 340 pixel image. Create the bitmap copy and trace that one. The edges are still smooth, but I'm losing the sharpness of the shape. The irises are no longer circled. The stroke looks a little bit more uneven. The node count is down by another 150 nodes. We're definitely reaching the territory where it becomes a quality issue. With a clean and not overly complex design, the bitmap trace delivers good scalable results even at smaller sizes. It becomes a lot more tricky when you're working with a colored image. I bring in the colored version of the design, switch to multicolor and the detection mode to colors. I increase the number of scans to pick up most of the colors. Let's look at the results side by side. Obviously, removing the background was not a smart idea, so now I have holes and a light purple color for the background. Let's start by deleting the light purple and filling in those empty areas with the paint bucket tool. It deleted the skin and the white. The issues with the multicolor bitmap trace become visible when I zoom in. Zoomed out, they look okay-ish, but once you zoom in, you can see that the multicolor trace created a lot of tiny extra shapes. It even picked up the anti-aliasing pixels at the edges. You can optimize this to get clearer results. You still end up with a lot of nodes and a lot of shapes, which makes any edits harder and more time consuming. Instead of tracing with multiple colors, let's go back and trace as a single scan, set the detection mode back to brightness cutoff and adjust the threshold. I can set it to a value that picks up the outline of the design. The result is similar to the black and white image. I have all the shapes, I have a decent quality, but I have no colors. Let's use the bucket fill tool again. Fill the vector shapes inside the purple outline with the colors from the original bitmap image. Even zoomed out like this, little hairlines become visible. The bucket fill is not quite as precise as I would like. You can change that. There is a setting in the bucket fill to adjust the gross or shrink of the shape. I increase the gross, make the shape that is being filled larger. It can even go larger than that. An overlap is okay as the line art will be placed on top. color all the shapes, or duplicate the line art version, break it apart with pass break apart, delete the outline, and you have all the shapes inside that then can be colored with the color picker. Doing it this way, you end up with fewer and just the essential shapes. There are elements missing. The light blue of the eyes has gone missing. Usually those are pretty easy to replace either with the pen tool or with shapes. I create a circle, lower the opacity to make it easier to place, duplicate it, duplicate the eye, as this will trim the blue. I select the blue circle and the duplicate of the white and set a clip. After repeating the process for the other eye, the purple outline of the iris is below those new shapes. So I select the outline and bring it to the front, pressing the Home key. Any overlaps of the paint bucket tool will be covered by the outline that now sits at the very top of the layer stack. If there are gaps between the color and the outline, you can either increase the size of the color object, use the node tool to manually adjust the path of the color object, or use the path outset or the path effect offset to grow the shape. Gradients pose a problem with the multicolor scan because it just scans for individual colors. It can't work with gradients. Now I have a single color fill that I can turn into a gradient and adjust to my liking. I will leave it at this. In this video, I used the trace bitmap function, the bucket fill, the node tool, and the dropper tool. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you again soon.